Today I'm going to talk about the network address translation, which most people call it as the NAT. So what is that? Alright, so the NAT, it is the feature that is going to allow the internal host to allows the internal host to access the internet by translate them from the private IP address to the public IP address. So according to the RFC 1918, I'm sorry, 1918, of course, 1918, it's going to denies every private address that is going to the internet. So that's why NAT here comes to play around to make the private IP address that reside on the host here can access to the internet. So how the process is going to work? Okay, so you can see that this is the internet, the internal host here, which have the private IP address of the 192.168.0.100 and 192.68.0.200. So they are the private IP address. So if we don't do the translation of this address when the packet goes through the gateway router to the internet here, the internet here is going to drop it, to drop the private IP address due to the law of the RFC 1918. So alright, so when we do the NAT here, for example, like the PC which has the IP address 192.168.0.200 here want to access to the internet. So the packet will go through the router, internal router to the gateway, and then going to route to the NAT router, which is the border router here. So the border router in this case is going to translate this IP address into the public IP address. For example, like translate the 192.168.0.200 here to the IP address of interface. This is the 1.1.1.2, for example. Alright, actually we can create a pool, array of pool, for example, x.x.x.x to, you know, a kind of pool which all of them is in the public IP address range, which is called a NAT pool. Okay, so today I'm not going to create the pool for the NAT. I'm going to use it directly on its interface, which is called path. Okay, so it's going to be like this. As you can see is that on the router here right now, for example, like I want to access to the internet here, I can say ping 8.8.8 is the internet. As you can see, the ping is called that destination is unreachable. So what I'm going to do is that on the NAT router here, I have to, oh, I forgot to tell you a little bit that I use the RIP protocol here to route inside the network. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do before going to configure the NAT, I have to create the default route. So default route, I have to say IP route, so all 0 to the internet, which is 1.1.1. Alright, so this is the first thing that we have to do. So when you configure that, make sure you can ping to the internet here, which is the DNS server of the Google. As you can see, work is successful. And then the next thing, you have to inject that default route into the RIP protocol. So we have to go to the router RIP default information originate. Okay, so this is the concept I already taught in my previous video. If you guys don't clear about it, just go to the go back to my previous video, and you can you're gonna see all of this. Alright, as you can think, we have to create an access list. Okay, an access list. I'm going to talk in a moment. So we have to create an access list. For example, like one is a standard access list. I'm going to permit. So permit what? Permit the network that you want to allow them to go through the internet. I mean, allow them to do the translations on the NAT router. For example, I want to allow only this this LAN. I mean, the 192.168.0.0 LAN. So I'm going to permit only a bunch of subnet. I'm going to say 192.168.0.0 here. And this one is the wildcard mask of the slot 24 here. I already talked in the previous video. Okay, the next thing that you have to do is that you have to type IP NAT, alright, inside, which is the inside network, source list. List what? List is the access list 1. Okay, list here, the access list 1 here. This one, okay. This is Y1. Okay, IP NAT inside source list 1, and then we're gonna say interface or pool. So I don't have pool in this case, so I have to use the interface here. Interface. So interface gigabit 0/1. In this case, I want to translate to the IP on the interface. So it means that every access list that I permit on the access list 1 is going to translate to the IP address on the interface gigabit 0/1 here, which is the 1.1.1.2 is the public IP address. Okay, and then I'm going to say overload it. Okay, the final thing you have to do, you have to specify which interface is the outside interface, NAT outside, and which interface is the NAT inside. So you can see that gigabit 0/1 here. Okay, this interface is faced to the outside, so it is going to be the NAT outside. So IP NAT outside. Okay, and the gigabit 0/0 here is faced to the LAN interface, to the LAN. So I'm going to say IP NAT inside interface. Okay, so after you have the configuration, don't forget to save it. Okay, and then just go back to the router, to the PC again, and I try to ping to the Google server again, make sure that it works. Okay, as you can see that right now I can ping it successfully, and from the IP address, config here, from the IP address 192.168.0.200, I want to verify you a bit. Okay, this is the ISP router. I want to debug a little bit. I see PICMP here. Okay, back. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to ping again, ping to the Google server again, and I go to this ISP router. You can see that this is the reverse IP, but here it sends that the packet that is sent to the Google server at the moment is not the 192.168.0.200. It is the 1.1.1.2, which is the translate IP address here in this case. So this is the concept of NAT and how to configure it and the benefit of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you.